an unboxing and first impressions and just a total overview of HelloFresh. I have never ordered from them before, but they included a voucher in my FabFitFun box, so I wanted to take advantage of it and just try it out because I hadn't really heard too much about this. I've heard a lot about Blue Apron Meals, but I wanted to just kind of try the concept and see if it was something that I would like doing. Apologize about the lighting. It's storming outside and it's obviously dinner time, so I have a light here. I hope it's okay, but you're not really going to see me throughout the video. I just want to kind of show you how it all came packaged. It arrived on my doorstep today, and I'll just give you a little bit of background information about it. I chose the veggie option. You can do classic, which includes meat. I chose veggie, and it was $59, and you get 3 meals for 2 people. And with the $40 voucher, this only cost me $19, which is a huge win. If I'm being honest, I didn't really do any kind of math calculations to see if it was worth it versus if I were to go to the grocery store and cook 3 nights a week. But to me, it seems fairly reasonable. That comes to $30 a person for 3 meals, so averaging $10 per person per meal, I think is really inexpensive. Even if I were to go out to eat, I wouldn't be able to get a meal for myself for $10. So I'm gonna show you how everything came packaged. I'm gonna cook tonight and 2 other nights this week. It'll all be included in this video, so you'll see it. I'll let you know what I think, how the process went, if it was easy or hard. But essentially, they just send you 1 whole box with all the ingredients that you need and all the recipes. And I love the concept because 1, it takes the guesswork out of what I should make for dinner. And 2, it saves me a trip to the grocery store. And 3, which is most important to me, is they are healthy meals. You can go on the website and see the past history of the recipes that they had been given. You can kind of take a little peek at what's coming. But when I checked what was up and coming, it was completely different than what I got in here. But regardless, you can kind of get a feel for the different kinds of meals and options that they provide you with. So I'm gonna tilt the camera down and kind of just go get into this with you. I started to do it and then I was like, I should film this because I had never heard of it before, so maybe this will help some of you guys, especially if you are busy moms that enjoy cooking but don't enjoy grocery shopping and figuring out what to make. So let's dig in. So it's a huge box. It was very heavy. It came, I think, in 3 days. Comes in this kind of cooler pack. There is a booklet which includes all your recipes and prep time and all that. So there's also a fun little how-to guide on how to cut a mango. So the first recipe that they included are these summer succotash stuffed peppers with lima beans and cracked bulgur. This is something that is like right up my alley. It looks really fresh and healthy. It takes 45 minutes to make. It's a level 1 veggie. It is nut-free. And as you can see how it's set up, they list all the ingredients down here. And then on the other page, they give you the directions on how to prepare it. They also give you the nutrition count per person. So for this example, it's 590 calories per person, 77 grams of carbs, 26 grams of fat, and 20 grams of protein. And they literally include everything that you need. So you could obviously sub stuff in and out if you have it, if you wanted to change it a little bit, but otherwise it's all set up here for you. The next one is fusilini al forno with spinach, homemade marinara, and fresh ricotta. That looks really yummy. Pretty picky about my marinara sauce, but hopefully that'll be good. And the last one is the one I'm most excited about. This is the crispy artichoke and patatas bravas salad with goat cheese and toasted almonds. To me, this looks more like a lunch option. Kind of like that it's a meal included for 2, so I could do 1 for dinner and 1 for lunch because this isn't something, I feel like a salad would be kind of hard for Addison to eat, but she would eat the stuffed peppers and obviously she would eat the pasta. So what is in this? This is probably my receipt. Let's see. Tea box. Oh, it's a coupon code for 25% off tea box, chai tea. Okay. So there are freezer packs here, which keep everything cold. There is the Cerio Italian crushed tomatoes, and I love that they're in a carton. If you have done any research about canned goods and the crap that's in cans, I try to always buy them in cartons when I can. They are a more expensive option, but I don't do it all the time. But for tomatoes, I do try to buy them in a carton, so I do appreciate that. Everything else is just ice packs on that side. So this is kind of cool. They have each meal packaged in a bag, so you don't get confused. That is awesome! This, I'm assuming, is the artichoke salad. There's a baked potato in there, a jar of artichokes, white wine vinegar, a little bottle, arugula, which is my favorite, parsley, what is this, mayonnaise, grape tomatoes. Everything is super fresh and green. Nothing looks slimy. This is all the stuff for the peppers. And obviously you can see they gave me a red and a yellow pepper, a tomato, lima beans, an ear of corn. And what is this? I'm assuming this is feta cheese. Scallions. So I think this is packaged awesome. This is so great. Everything is completely separated out, so you can easily store these in the fridge for the two that you're not making for the rest of the week in the bag. It doesn't say anything in here about the expiration dates on anything, but with any produce, I wouldn't keep this in your fridge for more than a week. Some stuff like the potato obviously will probably stick around for a while. There's some basil that'll last, the cheese, as long as these things are refrigerated. There's garlic, the peppers obviously, but yeah, so that's how it all came packaged. For tonight's dinner, I think I'm going to make, what am I gonna make? I'm gonna make the stuffed peppers, and to be continued. I'm just gonna make it and then I'll come back and tell you how it was and obviously how it tasted. I am gonna leave a link below. HelloFresh doesn't know who I am. They didn't ask me to make this video. This isn't sponsored by them. Obviously, like I said, I had a gift card, but they do a referral program, which is awesome. So I'm gonna put my code below, and if you choose to sign up with them and try it out for a week, you get $40 off your first box. And then if you refer anyone else, they give you $20 for each successful referral. So the one thing about this I do want to mention is it is kind of like a subscription service. So I didn't really know how this was going to go. I don't see me doing this every week. I do try to plan out my meals ahead of time, but I usually only plan out like a week ahead of time. I enjoy going out to dinner once a week. I go eat at my mom's house sometimes. If I don't have Addie for dinner, I usually don't cook for myself because it just seems like a big waste. So I just eat leftovers, or I'll go out and meet a friend. But I kind of love the concept of this if you know you're going to be home all week, like if you're snowed in or there's a big storm coming or something that you can actually predict, or coming home from vacation. I know the last thing I want to do when I get home from vacation is worry about going to the grocery store and cooking. So I think something like this would be amazing for that. So for me, if the meals are good, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I will say this is something that I would probably continue to do, but just not like every week. I think that's a little excessive, and I wouldn't want to waste any kind of food or throw money away. So for the $19 that I paid that I got all of this, I can't see how bad it'll go, but let's see. So let's make the peppers and I will check back in with you after. I made the succotash stuffed peppers, and if I do say so myself, they turned out exactly like the picture. I already tasted the guts, like the succotash and the bulgur, and it's delicious. I just didn't cut into the peppers yet. But this recipe, I really, really love. Like, I'll definitely make this again for myself in the future. It's very, like, the ingredients are very easy. The only modification that I made was I did not use the feta cheese that it came with. I just don't like feta. I would maybe, you know, throw some other kind of cheese, but I'm just not a big cheese fan, so I'm just doing without it. The recipe did call for butter to saute the succotash in. I just swapped it out for olive oil. I just prefer cooking with olive oil. But other than that, I followed the recipe exact. It was very easy, very fast, and like I said, very good, and a really great vegetarian meal. So tonight I made the fusilini al forno, except I did modify it mainly with just the pasta. The fusilini that they gave you was 6 ounces and just straight up pasta. I actually just swapped it out for this kind that I get at Target. It's the Simply Balanced gluten-free multi-grain penne with quinoa, and it's really good. So I just did that to be a little bit healthier, and it looks amazing. I already kind of taste tested the spinach and ricotta mixture. I just want to kind of note two things. One, they do give you more than you need sometimes. So for example, the fresh ricotta, they gave me 1 whole cup, but the recipe only called for half a cup. And they gave me a whole packet of nutmeg. I think it was a teaspoon, but I really only needed a pinch of it. And I think that's everything else that I used everything. It was a super easy recipe that came together very quickly. The one thing with this is you can't modify it unless, you know, with a pasta or something like that. I would buy like part skim. So little things like that, you know, that you don't have control over, where you could modify the calories if you wanted to. The spinach was super fresh. I didn't find one bad piece. Same with the basil, really fresh, and nothing was wilted or anything like that. And I'm just gonna jump in here really quick and taste it on camera. So it's like ricotta and spinach and penne and this tomato sauce. It was super, super easy. It really didn't require too much work. I just had to grate the garlic and chop the onion. That's another thing. They gave me an entire onion, but I'm not a big fan of onions, so I didn't use the whole thing. Oh my God, really good. Super, super good. So that is 2 meals down, 1 to go. So for lunch, I threw the salad together instead of dinner. It's crispy artichoke and patatas bravas salad. I modified it a little bit because it called for a baked potato like cut up and then fried in olive oil and added to the salad, but I just wanted like a fresh green salad without any carbs. So I do still have the potato left over, which is fine. It won't go to waste. I enjoy making baked potatoes. I just don't want potatoes in my salad. And then I used everything else. I do have a lot of the arugula left over because this is just a meal for 1, which the salads, I'm looking at it, is, I'm probably not going to finish it, but the meal came for 2, so I still have some left over for that. I didn't use too much of the goat cheese, so I have some of that left. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, this white wine vinegar, and olive oil. And I also have parsley left over. The dressing that was supposed to go on the salad was the chipotle seasoning, mayonnaise, and vinegar. I can't stomach mayonnaise, so that's why I didn't use it. I used some of the grape tomatoes, but not all. And I didn't use the garlic. But all, like the garlic, the tomatoes, the potato, the cheese, the parsley, they're not going to waste. I'll just use them in other recipes. But I just used the artichoke, sliced almonds, cherry tomatoes, and the white wine vinegar with the arugula, and this is going to be my lunch. All in all, I'm super impressed with HelloFresh. I definitely will be repurchasing again. I'm actually very curious to try Blue Apron Meals and just kind of see how they compare as far as the meal options and the prep time and cook time that each meal took, the nutrition content. I think I just saw them on Groupon, actually, so maybe I will do that and then just kind of do a follow-up. But the meals, every single one of them, they were all delicious. They were all meals that I would normally cook for myself. I love that they were fresh. None of the produce that was sent to me or the ingredients was bad, wilted, old. They lasted in my fridge a good week. The last meal that I made, I didn't make for, like, I think it was an entire week from when I received the box on my doorstep. I would say it made definitely enough for 2 people, maybe even more depending on how much you like to eat, but a couple of the meals, the pasta and the peppers, I had plenty for the next day for my lunch, which was great. There was really no complaints, so I'm really happy with them. I would love to hear if anybody else has had any experiences, good or bad, with HelloFresh or Blue Apron, or if there's something else out there that I don't know about. Leave it in the comments below. I will leave my link below if you do want to try it. You'll get $40 off your first subscription trial. I did want to mention that I had the vegetarian option. The classic, which does include meat sometimes, is a little bit more expensive. Just an FYI, I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video, but I think that's just due to the fact that you're purchasing meat as well, which obviously is more costly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye! Denim jeans or denim cutoffs and a white Barcelona, and I just love this. I love this as an everyday, like, wear or even like a beach cover.